Bill O'Reilly here, Friday, November 12, 2021. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening this week in America. Energy prices continue to surge. Thousands of U.S. soldiers remain unvaxxed. A survey shows half of San Francisco residents plan to leave. Americans flock to casinos in record numbers. Also, listeners sound off. Some of them are pretty angry. But first, U.S. consumers bracing for the biggest jump in energy bills since March 2009. Costs soaring for electricity, natural gas, oil. Prices are expected to go even higher during the winter months. Fuel costs up 59% compared to a year ago. 59%. The average home spends $900 to heat the house each year. That number could rise to $1,400 by February. Tens of thousands of U.S. service people remain unvaccinated against COVID as the Pentagon's first deadline approaches. 90% of the Navy is now fully vaxxed, compared to 70% of the Marines. The deadline for most branches is November 28. Overall, 87% of the country's 1.3 million active duty service members have had at least one dose. There are now 40 lawsuits challenging the Pentagon's vax mandate. New survey from Silicon Valley says most people living in San Francisco hope to leave the city. 56% want out within the next few years. Just 44% plan to stick around. Biggest factors behind the Bay Area exodus, crime and homelessness, plus the cost of a home is unbelievable. Average price in San Francisco, $1.4 million, and that's not even for a nice house. Median rent for a one-bedroom apartment, $4,000 a month in a dangerous city. America's casinos reporting the most revenue in 100 years. The gambling industry raked in $14 billion in the third quarter, more than all of last year. Insiders credit the uptick on pent-up demand, travelers afraid of going overseas, and the rise of online sports betting. Las Vegas now the biggest tourist destination in the country since COVID hit. The previous biggest, New York City, but that has taken a major tourist hit. In a moment, listeners have their say. Right back with it. Attention-savvy investors looking for predictable monthly cash flow? How about a double-digit targeted bonus return? If you want the safety and security of a real estate investment, but without the hassles of being a landlord, you've probably heard about NRIA. NRIA is an industry-leading real estate development firm in its 15th year. They develop strategically located, lower-risk, high-demand neighborhoods that are based on supply-demand imbalance. They are a great fit for safety-oriented investors who want cash flow and diversification in carefully chosen real estate. So you can learn more about the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund at nria.net, or you can call 800-800-1414. That's easy, 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Listeners sound off. We do this each Friday. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. Name and town if you wish to opine. Patricia in O'Fallon, Missouri. Bill, I think you're too kind to Joe Biden. I believe he's so arrogant and protected by the media and his handlers that he can do whatever he pleases in terms of his command of accuracy of information and job performance. You could see the same thing about Donald Trump, though, Patricia. Presidents can do what they want. Now, as far as me being too kind to Mr. Biden, I don't think so. I've been pretty tough on him. He's doing a terrible job. He's hurting all Americans. My line is Joe Biden's in your house now, and you don't want him in your house because everything you have to buy is twice as expensive as it used to be thanks to Joe Biden. However, I have to be accurate. That means I do not speculate about the president, and I base my analysis on facts. Ginger, Goodyear, Arizona. Bill, if we are a nation of laws and the president permits illegal migrants to break the law by trespassing, can't the Supreme Court put a stop to it? No. The Supreme Court is not a lawmaking body. You have to petition the court through a federal lawsuit to get them involved, and most of the time they won't even take the cases. However, they are going to take some of the breach on the southern border cases, and they will make some judgments, but it takes a very long time. But they cannot just say, oh, we're going to stop the mass migration. The Supreme Court does not have that power. Dean, Tucson, Arizona, we have been waiting to hear your thoughts on the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Okay, so about 6 months ago, I got a letter from a lady who was angry with me saying, well, you're not talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. And I said, well, why would I? I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. The trial is not underway. There has not been cross-examination. There have not been depositions. So what am I going to say about it? I'm not like all the other pundits who don't care about what happened. They just use people like Kyle Rittenhouse to advance their ideology. But now we know that the boy, he's 17 years old, or he was then, he might be 18 now, acted in self-defense. Now, he shouldn't have been there. It was crazy, but 17-year-olds do crazy stuff. Not making an excuse, just telling the truth. But he's going to be acquitted. It's clearly self-defense. RT, Amarillo, Texas. Once a population gets used to receiving money from the government, it is rare, if ever, that the government will stop handing out that money. How can the Republican Party overcome this vote-buying policy of the progressive left? Excellent question, RT. So you have a system whereby the Democratic Party is basically saying, look, we'll give you stuff. We want to make you dependent on us, the Democrats. But they've been doing this for a long time. Now it's hyper. So when the Republicans win back the House and Senate next November, which I believe they will, they can reverse a lot of it, but Americans are still going to want free stuff. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by putting it together. In a moment, something you might not know. Thousands of animals are abandoned in the wilderness in America, and they need your help. I partnered up with Delta Rescue, the largest no-kill, care-for-life animal sanctuary in the world. Founded by actor Leo Grillo, Delta Animal Sanctuary is a one-of-a-kind rescue. Trained attendants look after each animal, providing them with food, treats, toys, and affection. Also, Delta Rescue has an on-site animal hospital that operates 365 days a year, and unlike others, Delta Rescue believes in giving animals a right to life. They allow all moms to have their litters, then care for the entire family for life. Delta Rescue relies solely on donations from people like us to help fulfill their mission. Support Delta Rescue and put your legacy to work. Delta's tax-saving estate planning. Grow your estate while letting your compassion for animals live on well into the future. Learn more at deltarescue.org/Bill. deltarescue.org/Bill. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Despite widespread panic surrounding nutrition, the nation's obesity epidemic is only getting worse. Data from the CDC shows a whopping 45% of middle-aged adults are now overweight, 93 million Americans. Major factors include lack of exercise, medical history, and, of course, diet. Here's a list of America's favorite foods and how they impact our bodies. First up, pizza. One slice sets you back 400 calories, 18 grams of fat, 39 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of sugar. I like pizza, but I only eat it once a week. Cheeseburgers, 500 calories, 29 grams of fat. Unlike pizza, the food actually does contain a healthy dose of protein, but eating a lot of burgers will make you chubby. Chick-fil-A, a better substitute. Doctors recommend avoiding spaghetti. The noodles are harmless, but the dish is typically covered in sauce, oil, and cheese. Pasta lovers should, again, do the once a week thing. Hot dogs, tacos, Chinese food also on the making you fat list. All average about 800 calories per serving. That's nearly 3 hours on the treadmill. Most Americans will not do 3 seconds on the treadmill. The king of empty calories, soda. 1 can of Coke contains 300 calories, 65 grams of sugar, caffeine, no vitamins, no protein, no calcium, no iron. The sugary drinks are a driving force behind obesity around the world, especially for young children. A major source of cholesterol that'll hurt your heart is typically consumed in the morning. Starbucks coffee, their best-selling mocha hot chocolate combo, has 23 teaspoons of sugar and 900 calories. That's almost suicide. So what should we be eating? Well, how about the humble egg? The average household consumes more than 1,200 eggs a year. With 8 grams of protein, just 78 calories, the egg is recommended for those looking to eat healthy. And here's something else you might not know. Between Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve, a typical American adult gains 7 pounds, consuming 6,000 calories on Christmas Day alone. That's the equivalent of 20 McDonald's cheeseburgers. Whoa. Watch your diet. It'll cut down on health problems. It'll make your life better. Right back. If you don't own a home, you have nothing to fear from home title thieves. But if you do own a home, like me, and you don't guard it with home title lock, you're inviting home title fraud. One of the fastest growing crimes. Cyber thieves around the world know our home values are high, and that makes us a target. The crime is scary simple. A cyber thief forges your name on a property sale form and refiles it. Now, he's on the deed to your home, and you have no idea you're a victim. Then he takes out loans on your home and vanishes, leaving you to prove to the police that you didn't commit bank fraud. Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier around your home's title. The instant they detect tampering, they shut it down. Look, if you have equity in your home, guard it with your life. So please go to HomeTitleLock.com and register your address to see if you are already a victim. And enter radio for 30 days of free protection. That's code radio at HomeTitleLock.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.